Morocco, Israel. These are some, I wouldn't say more difficult to get into, but there's a lot more logistically speaking that you have to get to. That's why you need a professional to help. Yalla Tours is one of those people. See, isn't that nice? A little setup. Isn't that cool? All right, fine. The president is here, Ronan Paldi. Hello, Ronan. Welcome to Travel Show Live, sir.
Hello, Eric. How are you?
You know, I'm having a marvelous day. I really don't have any complaints. Now, does this happen to you? Do you go through life, Ronan, with no complaints?
Like we say in Hebrew, it's sugar and honey.
It's sugar and honey, that's right. Oh, speaking of which, Yalla means something. What does it mean?
It means let's go. It's in Hebrew, Arabic, Persian, and Turkish. And guess what? It's a slang word. You won't find it in any dictionary. You won't find it in the Bible. Yet everyone uses it all the time in all those countries.
Well, I love this. Is a perfect, and that's the perfect name. We talk about where are we going to be? Well, let's go, for heaven's sakes. I love that. Your company has been around for quite some time, specializing in what types of destinations? Let's start there.
We specialize in the exotic Mediterranean, Israel, Egypt, Jordan, Greece, Turkey, Morocco, and we're the only wholesale tour company in the U.S. that has the license from the U.S. Treasury to sell legal travel to Cuba.
Okay, let's start there because I think we'll save Cuba for just a second. When we say tour operator, what does that mean?
That means that we package the programs.
Okay.
We not just arranging the hotels and the flights sometimes, and the tour guides and restaurants and museums, but more important, we are very much up to date what happens in each country, and we put together a program around an event or around a point of interest. One agent that we work a lot with on many of our programs, which is Berkshire Travel,
Sure.
Lucille Hillman, that you know her in New Jersey. Her phone number, can I make a speech for her?
Yeah, of course you can. We love Lucy. She's a goddess.
Well, she's an Italian goddess, so you have to be careful.
Yeah, that's very true. She'll come over and punch me.
And everybody can reach her at area code 973-208-1200, 973-208-1200.
Okay.
And her email is very easy, Lucy, Lucy, at berkshiretravel.com.
And I think that's worth noting, too, that they can go to her website, berkshiretravel.com. It's a very easy website. She's been working on it for years, and it's a work in progress, but we can find her there because that's the other part of this is that we can't just say, trust any old fly-by-night tour operator. We've got to work with people who know what the heck they're talking about. And how do you find that? Those agents can help you with that. Isn't that right?
Well, yes, they have the right resources to find out information that usually the regular consumer does not have those resources. They've got referrals and references they can get from different trade organizations that only travel agents can do that. And they've got the experience. They can really tell you if somebody knows what they're talking about or they're just there to take your money and run by and who knows where you see them next.
Right.
They know how to do the different tests that have to be done to make sure that the travel agent is a credible one, reliable one, and more important, they know what you are doing.
No, I think that's an excellent point because the reality is, I mean, here's the deal. We can, because of the internet especially, we can book all of these arrangements on our own if we wanted to, but that's where we start to get into some real headaches and some real pains in terms of, I mean, just the visa process alone for some of these countries, correct?
That is true. You know, when everything goes well, you forget how easy it was and there is no problem. The real test of a good travel agent and a good tour operator is measured when something goes wrong. Mm-hmm. You can have like a major catastrophe like September 11.
Right.
You have other major problems when airlines went on strike. Remember American Airlines or Canada a few years ago?
Oh, yeah.
But you also have some individual issues. For example, somebody arrives to a destination and the passport is about to expire very soon and they don't let him in. What do you do?
Right.
For example, you wake up in the morning in a hotel in a foreign country and the transfer person that was supposed to pick you up is not arriving. What do you do?
What do you do?
Well, reliable tour companies gives you a 24/7 local number to contact and be in touch with. And I can give you stories one after the other that really everybody is measured when there is a trouble and how you react to resolve the problem and make sure that people continue with the journey undisturbed.
You know, I suppose that really is probably the best point I've heard on today's program. You know, it's not a matter of the arrangements themselves. Yeah, that's important. It's the contingency plans. And when you're dealing with experts, they know how to handle those unexpected things that may be unexpected to you in your travels. They're not really unexpected to an experienced operator.
That is true, and that's why the mass market programs that are very inexpensive, when they go well, it's a great value, but there is something wrong. Usually you have no one to turn to take care of you.
Yeah.
And again, unfortunately, in our days, somebody can get sick, somebody can do that. Look, the list is endless. People are spending very valuable money, and our destinations, Erik, are different than others.
Yeah.
People travel mainly to Israel, to Egypt, as a result of a fulfillment of a dream. Who hasn't dreamed to see the pyramids?
Right.
Who hasn't desired to stand on top of Mount of Olives and watch Jerusalem? Who doesn't read the Bible, whether you are religious or not, whether Jewish or Christian, and you want to walk in the footsteps of some of the events and the stories and the personalities mentioned? And that is our destination. We have to be doubly careful, and we have to be overly sensitive, not only to deliver the service, but also to fulfill the dream. And we're very proud that we managed to do it to dozens of thousands of very, very satisfied customers, because we do not cut any corners. We do not try to sell cheap. We sell very good, and we fulfill everyone's dreams and wishes.
You know, it's a shame, Ronan, that you don't have any passion for what you do.
Well, how will I be able to do it without that passion?
You can't. Well, you can't, and you and I know that. That's what I like about you. I didn't even know you all that well, but I'm liking you every second. It gets better and better the longer I talk with you. All right, now, but in all seriousness, though, let's talk about making some plans for next year. I know we've got a big event coming up in June. Let's talk about that first.
Well, it's in Israel. The Israeli opera is going to celebrate 25 years of its reopening.
Yep.
And they decided to do it big. What do you mean big? Take Masada, the big rock on the Dead Sea, the lowest spot on earth, a place that symbolized the Jewish resistance, Jewish heroism, not resistant to the Romans, and not surrounding to the Romans, and not becoming Roman slaves. And at the base of Masada, which is pure arid Judean desert, the Dead Sea desert, they're going to build a stage together with 5,500 seats.
Wow.
Making Masada the backdrop of that stage to perform Verdi's very well-known Nabucco opera, the opera that Verdi wrote, dedicated to Nebuchadnezzar, again, a biblical story from the Old Testament of the destruction of the temple and the expel of the Jewish people to Babylon. And that will be on Saturday, June 5th, an evening event with hundreds, literally, Erik, hundreds of technicians, musicians, actors, actresses, singers, and all conducted by Daniel Oren, a very well-known Israeli conductor that is one of the top opera conductors in the world. Wow. And to add icing on the cake to that unique event, Friday, June 4th, 24 hours before that, Jessie Normal, the diva, the American soprano, very well known, will have her own gala concert at the same theater, at the base of Masada. So basically, for musical lovers, for opera lovers, this is an event they cannot miss, because in one weekend, to hear Jessie Norman, the Nabucco in Masada, in that setting, it's something that does not come every year.
I was going to say that'll be a once-in-a-lifetime event. It's you have a 7-day program and a 13-day program. I apologize that I can't talk with you longer because, you know, I do have the rest of my program to do, but will you come back?
I'll come back. Just tell your listeners that if they call Lucy by August 31st, they will get a 5% early bird discount, and they have to do it fast because seats are limited and tickets are selling very, very fast.
Very good.
And as for me to come back, let me know when. I'd love to talk to you again, Erik.
Oh, I love it. Thank you, sir, very much.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, Erik.
All right, Ronan. See you later on. Yalla
Bye-bye.
Tours. He's the president. Just call Lucy. That's our friend. We love Lucy Herleman. All right, we'll do a quick break. We'll continue here on Travel Show Live. Stay with us.